Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to On the Range Podcast with Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense. I am Mark Kelley from KelleyDefense.com, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host and friend from Warhog.com, Rick Hogg. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it's going great. Just want to thank the NRA for giving us the invite out to Voices of the Second Amendment Atlanta. We've got a great guest guests for today's show. So we've got MAGPUL representation with Scott and Chris here. They're going to talk about some of their great products. So, gentlemen, welcome to the show. And as always, MAGPUL does not disappoint when it comes to innovating new products. So
the machine keeps running.
Yes, it does.
We never have any shortage of things to talk about at the shows and even between the shows. But I know we had one of our folks come on the other day and talk about a lot of the firearms accessories we had. But I want to talk a little bit on our soft goods side. So Chris Jones manages all of that. He leads that effort. I'm the director of marketing, so it's kind of the big bubble of the things that go on there and on our website and a few other things.
Yeah.
But these are some of the new products that we brought out, and figured we'd just roll through them with you if that works.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So I guess we'll let you roll with it, Chris.
Yeah. I'm Chris. I'm over all I call it the no bang product. So we have everything that attaches to the gun. So that's on that side.
Non-bang,
There's the go bang and the no bang.
Yeah. So we do not bang on our side of the business.
Okay.
So we got some major efforts. Probably the big effort currently is the DACA hard goods.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the hard cases. It's our premium product. That comes with the DACA grid inside.
Mm-hmm.
We have a soft goods program, knife program. We got apparel, gloves, eyewear. So we got a whole plethora of kind of stuff going on. So, but you want to start with the hard goods stuff, and we can the storage.
Yeah, no, I mean absolutely. So you got kind of your DACA grid system here. So this is if somebody already has a hard case and is looking to put something in there, they can buy kind of these I guess we'll call them panels. I mean, you give me your better.
Yep, that's what they're called.
Okay, so you can buy your panels custom fit. To stick in there.
Yeah.
And then,
so this is kind of the last product in the line that's launching. It just launched this last couple of weeks, but our premium product is what I have behind you. And I think you guys will throw in some video for the listeners, or the viewership. But that's our MAGPUL DACA hard case. That's a product in and of itself, and then we have the DACA grid organizer that sits inside of it, and that's essentially the same architecture as the panel that you're holding here. So that's the highest price point. That's like the premium product case and the DACA grid. And then what we're having an issue with is there's so many Pelican cases and Planos out there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And so every time Scott would launch one of these products, they'd be like, well, where's our insert for my Pelican 3422?
Yeah.
We've never heard of that case. So what we did is we took the highest volume cases in the market and created one-to-one tools. So essentially you go to the website, you put your case in, you figure out what fits. You'll pull your foam out of your Pelican 1750. You'll take our kit. You'll put the base foam in and the panel system in, and it fits one-to-one. So no cutting, no nothing.
Yeah.
It's just it's a very clean solution for what you already have.
and here's the beauty with it, right? So we've all been there where we've had our different cases.
Oh, yeah.
And we cut out the foam.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we make that catastrophic cut. or we opt to change something. Or next you know, this fine-looking system we have goes to garbage for whatever reason, right? 1,000 different things in there. I mean, with your whole DACA system now, hey, man, if I made my cut or have my line out or change something, it's just a matter of the simple panel change, and now I can get, boom, it's in there.
It's a very interesting design that, it's actually something I never would have thought of in a million years, because we've all done that. And the aftermarket for just foam replacements is off the charts. This is going to solve that.
Yeah, I think there's two things here. One is, like, when I came on to MAGPUL, they had so many cases in the storage. Like, we're the largest firearms accessory manufacturer in the world, so they're sending guns to Ruger. They're sending guns to this. It's going all over the world. Guns are going back and forth because we build it for everybody.
Right.
So I think the issue was that we were trying to solve a problem for ourselves. We were trying to ship firearms, travel with firearms to all the photo shoots, and you'd have guys like they'd put one piece of foam in, they drop whatever rifle they needed for that shoot or whatever, and then they just drop in foam where they could and then close the case. And it wasn't an ideal solution. So I feel like this came from all the trials and tribulations that the company faces with making stuff for so many different clients.
Yeah, we were trying to make the case first. Like, how do we make a case better? But what became very obvious is what's on the inside is what matters. better protection, all the ability to just change it around for every loadout.
Yeah.
And, put a lot of things in there. No, they're not going to bang around. And it doesn't look like garbage either. It's got, you're not using towels and T-shirts and all that. And it can, and everybody's done it, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as you pluck that first pick and pluck, that's permanent, right?
Yeah.
You can keep those blocks and all that, but it's just like a jack in the box, right?
So
This
Scott,
prevents that.
You've been peeking inside my gun box because that's what my gun box looks like. Right?
Yeah.
So it's my gun box / suitcase where let me stick my old pair of socks here so my optic isn't getting all smashed
Exactly.
up.
But isn't that so typical of MAGPUL and how innovative you guys are and putting out all this stuff that nobody else is doing or even thinking of and solving those problems? This has got to be you've got to be excited about this.
I mean, it's been out for what, 2-3 years now?
The first grids, the precision fit Chris was talking about, it's been out for 3 years. SHOT Show a few years ago. Yeah. This one, because it's a little bit different layout, it's meant to be cut. It's a little bit different with, you get these little slats in the back, very easily scored and cut. This is all right, no matter what you have, you can put it in your drawers if you want to. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's huge.
So
so this is the third product or the third category. So you got our cases, the retrofit or precision cases, and every time Scott would launch the Pelican 1750, the comment section on Instagram would be like, well, what about our case or this case? I'm like, we can't make something for your obscure SKB. So this came from like, well, let's go to the bottom and try to figure it out from there. And so these are universal panels. If you buy a rifle kit or a long rifle kit, you'll get 8 or 10 panels. You essentially put them together. You drop it in whatever case you have from 25 years ago that's been sitting in the top of your garage shelf. And then you just cut it to size and drop it in. And so now that case has new life.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this is supposed to solve it for everyone else. But then, I mean, Truck Vault, we've been working with Truck Vault. They have their under seat for the back seat kind of case that you can.
Oh, okay.
So they've been cutting stuff up and putting it in there. I think we've been working with ProGuard. They make a bunch of law enforcement drawers. So those guys have seen nothing but success with that.
Wow.
Just dropping the rifles in there. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's neat on organization. It's called the organizer, right? But the reality is when you put the blocks in here, it truly holds your firearm or really anything that's important, keeps it from moving. We've done drop testing. It's significantly more advanced in the capabilities. I can't give you a number, but 8 to 10 times more safe. When you drop it at a high speed and stop it all of a sudden.
I'll give you a number. It's the Pelican Vault. We took the Pelican Vault with just the dumb foam in there. We turned it on its end. We had a rifle inside, and we dropped it from 3 feet high. So just to simulate you dropping it from the back of your truck bed on its end. One time, that rifle darted through the open foam and went through the sidewall of the case. That was one time. So we didn't know that it was that bad. We were like, the not to take anything away from vaults, but it's the foam inside. It provides no real protection from a reasonable fall from the back of your truck bed. So what we did is we did that same thing, but with this insert in there in the same case. I think it was 10 times it took for the rifle to go through 1 or 2 of the blocks.
Just the blocks themselves.
And then you just take the block out and you replace it with another block, and now you've got pretty much a new case. So.
Wow.
But the beauty with this here, and then we'll kind of transition, is I've got the flexibility. That to me is the selling point.
Yeah.
Because to me it got to a point where I'm all out of foam. I'm all out of options, right? And I'm using old socks to keep my stuff protected. Now, hey, once I get that base layer, I can adjust as we go.
I think the big thing is we sell firearms accessories. So we're trying to tell people, hey, go get a new grip or go get a new thing. They're like, well, then I got to change my foam out. And so here, like, this is truly, you can get whatever you want to put on your rifle. You can change it out the night before, and you know that you don't need to go get a new case or pluck anything. So, it's truly versatile.
That's cool.
Good for you guys. Cool. So I know we got, between soft goods and knife, I don't know which one you guys want to cover next.
How much time we got?
We got time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a soft goods line. We've been exploring the DACA pouch line. It's just a super durable. They're pouches that are made for everything, right? So we use them for firearms, for ammo, for parts, for all that stuff. And so we were trying to figure out, well, how can we scale this up and how can we explore the tactical consumer at the range? So last year, I think last November, we launched the rifle cases. Super cool line. We're calling it DACA Grit. It's essentially a Cordura material with a kiss coat of TPU. So it's not like the full TPU treatment. That keeps the durability in the material, but it's not too heavy. It still has some flexibility with that. So The rifle case is launched in November, and then these are the range bags. Super versatile. Same DACA grip material. You can unfold this, and the pad comes out for a working surface, or you can keep the lip in and just kind of have a working bucket while you're at the range. Targeted organization, big pockets for your ear pro, all that stuff. So it's kind of it's been a really good line for us. It's been we got the cedar inside, so it's a little bit lighter, so you can see your stuff on the inside. Because if it's all black in there, it's pretty hard to see what you have at the bottom.
Yeah.
So that's been a pretty common trend. You see it like in gym bags and stuff like that, so you can see your socks down there at the bottom. But
I like it, man.
yeah, and then the other thing is just the general aesthetic. So we found that with tactical design, it's always like, well, just stick a pouch on the outside or put this pouch there. So we wanted to approach it and a little more thoughtful and just be a little more clean with it and not be too overbearing, right? I think Magpul's motto is just what you need, like no more than what you need. So we just wanted to try and keep it clean and concise for the consumer.
No,
so.
I mean, that's perfect because you got, the large pouch in there. You've got some outside organization going on here, so it gives you some versatility. You got your pouches on the inside. To me, the color offset on the inside, and that may not be the proper technical term, right? But at least for me, I've got that light contrast versus black on black because there's nothing worse than going, it's in this range bag somewhere, and ultimately I got to do the upside down and shake it out to figure out, hey, where's that black Allen wrench that I dropped in there somewhere?
Right.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So
I like the attention to the reinforced zipper pulls and stuff like that, but on the bottom, some of those range bags have those little feet that always break off, or they have something. I like how you just toughened up that material at the bottom because that's where most of my fail points come from, on the bottom, and it looks it's a great quality. Feels good.
Yeah, so, and this DACA line has grown. I mean, it's been around for 10 years. We have pouches, right? And if you've never used one, you get one, then you're going to get them all. It's the gateway drug is the very first one, right?
That's right.
And firearms or anything else, right? So my house has them everywhere. I'm a big scuba diver, so a lot of my stuff ends up in that. We have waterproof versions as well. As the line grows, whether it's in this hard side of it or this side, we're trying to create things adjacent to or directly tied to the firearm space, but anyone can use it. He mentioned an athletic bag. I think we have someone using one of these for that in the company at this point.
I would. Why wouldn't you?
And
Love the size too.
The material is incredibly resistant to anything, so you can get a little dirt on it, you can wipe it off. You can get it rained on. You can do a lot of things. We were going to have a dog pee on it in the video to release, but then we said not to do that at the last minute. But there's just a lot of...
Don't have PETA all over you, know what I mean?
That'll be in the discounted section of the website.
Lightly used. So Travis and his dog, they could film it with them.
Let Travis in it,
Yeah.
But the other beauty is just looking at the aesthetics, right? I can use this thing as a carry-on on an airplane.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Nobody's going to turn, oh, man, what's this tactical guy?
Yeah,
that's a great
I
point.
came home with one day, and my wife's like, "Are you guys making luggage now? Is that your?" Yeah.
The clean look is very deliberate. As if you saw the soft rifle cases, they're very clean. It looks like something, as folks have said, like Apple might have designed this, but the firearms world designed it.
Well, guys like Rick and I, we really shy away from those type of bags that look like that.
Sure.
I mean, absolutely. This is something that anybody would carry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Magpul's been good about they're like, if we're going to do this, let's do it right. So they have a bunch of designers for the hard goods side. We hired designers that are they're bag designers from the outdoor industry. So they know the materials, they know the constructions, they know where to source all the stuff, they know where the factories are. And so we're trying to do it right and kind of make sure that we keep the innovative pulse through all of the product design. And what we bring to the market.
I think you guys are definitely doing it right. So
For sure.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Yeah, because Jared he'd brought one of the other bags over that he was just carrying the hard goods in, or the bang side, or however you guys work your stuff in there. But again, it wasn't the range bag. It was just kind of like a little utility tote, same concept.
Sure.
But it's like, dude, the beauty that I like with all this stuff is, what's the number one thing when we go out to the range? Hey, if we haven't prepped for the weather, which most guys, if they happen to see a cloud in the sky, they're not going to the range because they're fair-weathered shooters. But
I thought you were going to say my hair. Do I look good or not? Yeah.
your hair does look good. I like it.
He's an Air Force guy. He cares about his hair.
Hey, Air Force, here we go. He probably has someone grooming his hair prior to the show.
Yeah.
No, but hey, if we're going out to the range and next stuff starts to rain, there's nothing worse than having, nothing wrong with Cadura, but it's like now it starts sucking up all that water.
Yep.
Now, okay, hey, by the time it takes me to go to the range, get stuff packed up, how much of my equipment's getting wet, especially if I got electronics or pro timers or whatever else in there. Now I've got dramas when I go back home because nothing's working or rusted or out of maintenance. So absolutely just fantastic products, man.
I took the big version because there's 2 of them. This is the small one. We have a larger one with the pockets on both sides. The turkey opener was a few weeks ago, and I loaded that thing up. I needed to pattern my gun because I just didn't trust it. That something happened to my safe in the last year. So it was pouring rain. It was muddy. It's very Texas-y. And just set that out, was able to do it. The mud wipes right off, nothing inside. You could have, somebody had a monster or something and that they kept in one of these, and I think it exploded. And that self-contained that, so if you ever have, any fluids or things like that, can wipe off real easy. The same thing with this right here. This is made, that's another thing a lot of people don't think about, but you put your guns in there, the oil, the grease, and all that stuff, it does become messy, and it does also leach onto your gun. So this stuff wipes off with a cloth and water, and it's resistant to chemicals too. So we're thinking the whole life experience with these products, and not trying to look like the most tactical person out there.
Right.
And I will tell you this, when your monster explodes in your bag and your pistol sitting in the bag as well, you might wind up with a two-tone pistol because now your finish winds up walking away. Not that I've ever experienced that.
There you go.
Got a little chem etch to it.
Oh man. Yeah. Crazy. Cool. What else we got?
On the soft goods side, I just want to mention, so we did rifle cases, range bags, and then we're trying to get into the EDC realm. So we understand it's the largest market. It's what guys are going to actually use day in and day out. So we made a 15-liter briefcase, 18-liter backpack, and 25-liter backpack. Okay. It's been a development program, so we wanted to kind of just figure out what our bags look like, what the consumer actually wants, because as you guys know, like there's the dispersion of person that's at NRA is very wide, right? There's the consumer or the commercial consumer, and then this law enforcement or tactical, or the spectrum is wide. So we're trying to figure that out. So we created a bag I think works for everyone in our office, right? People they go to the office, they carry concealed, they're going to carry stuff at appendix, but sometimes they got to put their pistol in the bag, and so that's kind of where this bag was born. But what we're doing is we're trying to put it out, get feedback from the community, and we're already kind of starting to sketch and design the next iteration. So,
So is it a off-body carry then? Is that what we're looking at, or what's kind of the?
It's not. So the EDC bag is not. It's not designed for off-body carry. It can be. Okay. You can pull the bag to the side, and there's a pocket on the base that you can reach in, and you can put your holster with your Glock 17 in there. And that's meant to be that part of that system. But it's really meant to be something that you can safely store your firearms. So it's a concealed pouch. But we were not trying to have the bag that you just flay everything open and everything's ready for you and you're doing triage in the middle of the office. It's meant for that guy that's going day in and day out. And he's got reasonable expectations of where his pistol should be and what he was trying to keep track of it. And he can't take it to every meeting, or they're doing what they need to do, and he can't take that with him. So
full utility of a backpack or a messenger bag, but also the easy movement, the manual of arms of being able to get that out. Zipper pull is different, so it feels different. You can do it. Very easy access in and out. And it's subtle. People aren't going to do it. The bag itself is subtle like this is. If you know what the MAGPUL logo is, then you're going to know it's a MAGPUL bag. But other than that, it doesn't scream tactical. Right. And that's very deliberate. It's very clean looking.
I think as it should be. Yeah. Because there's too much. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to look around, and there's certain bags that just punch you in the face to go,
Right.
Well, if you don't have it there, you might have it there.
Right.
So.
Right. And those will be coming out pretty soon. In the next couple of weeks, those will come out, and we're genuinely trying to harvest and gather feedback with so many points of view.
Sure.
All right, how do we do on these? What do you like about them? We're making the price point very, very approachable, so that people can be a part of the process and they can take a look at these and tell us what they hate and what they love, and we can, as we continue to grow the line, because there's more things coming, we can take that in and bring that. We don't want to just be what we love here at MAGPUL. We want to make sure we're meeting the needs of the customer.
Oh, the gun community loves to tell you what they don't like, don't they?
What?
Yeah, there's no trouble there.
They have opinions?
So a social post for us starts with, where's your waffle maker? And then it progresses down, straight 20s, EMAGs. And then we start finding some good feedback after we get through the first 50 comments.
And that's what I was going to ask you, Scott. Is how are you guys, social's been a big, let's just say, pain for us because it's so suppressed. How you guys been seeing that over there at MAGPUL?
Well, between X and Instagram and Twitter. Twitter has grown rapidly in the last year and a half, and we've done a lot more with that, and you've been able to do more things there. So that's been helpful. But Instagram, we have a massive audience there. It's still, we haven't seen a lot of drop off there.
Okay.
Facebook, Meta has had, you see these cycles. You can watch it in the data every couple of weeks.
yeah.
You can see how things change with regards to people signing up, following you. You can see how well a post is received. So we can't always predict what's going to happen, but I would tell you in the last 6 months we've seen pretty huge growth, as well as a lot more of that engagement that you're looking for. Unfortunately, a lot of the engagement is about waffles, and that's not a joke. It is. There's a lot of that. So we have to just live with that one.
Yeah.
And that comes a hard thing with social, right? So you try to solicit some no kidding, hey, we're trying to run a business. We're no kidding looking for your feedback, and you get some garbage. At least for you guys, your message is getting out.
Yeah.
For us, dude, we're so suppressed between after we lost our Warhawk Tactical account. I mean, Instagram has done nothing for us.
Really?
So it's a zero return on investment. Literally 30 days, Warhawk got 10. On the Range podcast lost like 54. It's just so we're trying to find alternate methods, and that's why we're talking with just different companies, kind of what they're seeing out there as a general whole.
The suppression is there for sure. We've seen it lightening up a little bit, but the reality is I think we all know why that's happening. But the reality is we haven't seen the massive growth that had gone on for a while and then just stopped, even dipped down in the last 5-6 years. So we use it to communicate daily to our customers. So we'll put things out. We don't expect everybody sees it. There's 1.5 million followers, but we see much more decreased levels of things happen. When SHOT Show comes around, or NRA, and we're putting new products out, it tends to open up pretty wide. But it's our daily communications tool, but it's not one we need to rely on for everything we do.
Right.
Yeah, we were debating starting a podcast not too long ago.
Yeah.
And we're like, I don't think we're going to.
Yeah.
Because once we start that, we open that can, we have to continue to do it. And it is. Well, I respect what you all are doing, because it is hard to keep this going.
I mean,
most people quit, 7 episodes? They quit?
Yeah. Here's something for you, Scott. If there's something we can help out with that, please let us know.
Sure.
We enjoy doing the podcast stuff. It, like I said, it's a beast, right? So you're dealing with somebody yanking your plug here. We don't do in-person ones by design.
Right.
For us, the in-person, because we started during the whole COVID thing. But by us being geographically separated, hey, it doesn't matter where people are at. We just got to coordinate a timeline and then bring them in. So I was telling Jared the same thing I tell you. Hey, if you guys got new product launches, hey, want to do something, if you're at the factory, wherever it is you want to broadcast, right? I don't care, right? Come on the show, talk about whatever, get it out to the audience and go.
Love to. So we have a lot of products always in the hopper. So if it seems like MAGPUL puts out a lot of stuff, it's because we do.
Yeah.
And there is no end in sight, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
You've seen some new lines like the new AMAGs coming out for pistols. We were polymer all the way, but sometimes polymer doesn't work for the type of platform you're using. So having a lot of great success, and we have a lot more coming there. So that's just a completely different line.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff Chris is doing. There's big plans out there on the soft goods sides as well. We do take it, we're a solutions company trying to create innovation where it may be lacking somewhere, provide a solution. Great features, easy to use, looks good, and then a value. We're trying not to make overpriced things. If the price is out of someone's ballpark, it's usually because that's what it takes to get there. But we're all over the place. We have a lot of firearms. We have a lot of collaborations like the RXM, I'm sure Jared talked about the other day. Just put out 2 more of the EHGs, and there's more things coming in that space, RXM or otherwise. So I want to say when I got here about 8 years ago, I feel like some of the firearms industry looked at us like, why are they doing that to our gun, right? And now that is changed drastically. We have a good relationship with these companies we work with. They see the value in us engineering a stock or a grip or you name it early on, so they can roll it out and have that without the cannibalization that comes on later as people are taking off stuff and getting rid of it.
But you bring up such a great point. I hate to say it, the industry loves to eat our own.
Sure.
And we do a very poor job, and I just say we collectively, right? Just do a very poor job collaborating with others, partnership with others, whatever word you want to use. Would rather sit there and down talk people or go, oh, you don't want that or this. Hey, man, how do we all work together? Because at the end of the day, we're in an industry that has a big bullseye on us.
Right.
Imagine the power if we all came together, all kept one. Hey, man, it's your choice as a consumer, or as a business, who you want to work with, who you don't. Find those relationships at work and then run it for all it's worth. So I'd love to see more of it. Hopefully we can kind of get that way at some point. But
we got to put our backs up to each other and be facing outward, and not so much circular firing squad sometimes.
Well, hats off to you, because as a company as big as yours and as established as yours, it'd be easy just to kind of run what you do. But this constant new product and innovation is just unbelievable. So that's hats off to you and your team.
Thank you. Yeah,
some great stuff here. Yeah.
And like I said, when you guys get new stuff, please hit us
up.
We'll do it.
We'll get you guys on and
certainly
go from there.
Probably have another new product in a week.
Probably.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. For the rest of you guys, don't forget, train hard, stay safe, and we'll see you on the range.